As you memorize the language components of medical terminology, it is important to support that learning within the context of anatomy and physiology. Anatomy focuses on structure and physiology focuses on function. Much of the study of physiology centers on the body's tendencies towards homeostasis. Consider the structures of the body in terms of fundamental levels of organization that increase in complexity: subatomic particles, atoms, molecules, organelles, cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, organisms, and biosphere. The levels of organization. All matter in the universe is composed of one or more unique pure substances called elements. Familiar examples are hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, calcium, and iron. An organ system is a group of organs that work together to perform major functions or meet the physiological needs of the body. The smallest unit of any of the pure substances or elements is an atom. Atoms are made up of subatomic particles such as the proton, electron, and neutron. Two or more atoms combine to form a molecule such as the water molecules, proteins, and sugars found in living things. Molecules are the chemical building blocks of all body structures. A cell is the smallest independently functioning unit of a living organism. Even bacteria, which are extremely small, independently living organisms, have a cellular structure. Each bacterium is a single cell. All living structures of human anatomy contain cells, and almost all functions of human physiology are performed in cells or are initiated by cells. A human cell typically consists of flexible membranes that enclose cytoplasm, a water-based cellular fluid, together with a variety of tiny functioning units called organelles. In humans, as in all organisms, cells perform all functions of life. A tissue is a group of many similar cells, though sometimes composed of a few related types, that work together to form a specific function. An organ is an anatomically distinct structure of the body composed of two or more tissue types. Each organ performs one or more specific physiological functions. An organ system is a group of organs that work together to perform major functions or meet the physiological needs of the body. Consider the breakdown into 11 distinct organ systems in the human body. Assigning organs to organ systems can be imprecise, since organs that belong to one system can also have functions integral to another systems. In fact, most organs contribute to more than one system. The organism level is the highest level of organization. An organism is a living being that has a cellular structure and that can independently perform all physiological functions necessary for life. In multicellular organisms, including humans, all cells, tissue, organs, and organ systems of the body work together to maintain the life and health of the organism. Anatomical position. Anatomists and healthcare providers use terminology for the purpose of precision and to reduce medical errors. For example, is a scar above the wrist located on the forearm 2 or 3 inches away from the hand, or is it at the base of the hand? Is it on the palm side or back side? By using precise anatomical terminology, we eliminate ambiguity. Anatomical terms derive from ancient Greek and Latin words. To further increase precision, Anatomists standardize the way in which they view the body. Just as maps are normally orientated from north to the top, the standard body map, or anatomical position, is that of the body standing upright with the feet at shoulder width and parallel toes forward. The upper limbs are held out to each side and the palms of the hands face forward. Using this standard position reduces confusion. It does not matter how the body being described is oriented. The terms are used as if it is in anatomical position. For example, a scar in the anterior or front carpal wrist region would be present on the palm side of the wrist. The term anterior would be used even if the hand were palm down on the table. A body that is lying down is described as either prone or supine. These terms are sometimes used in describing the position of the body during specific physical examinations or surgical procedures. Regional terms. The human body's numerous regions have specific terms to help increase position. Notice that the term brachium or arm is reserved for the upper arm, and antebrachium or forearm is used rather than lower arm. At the same time, femur or thigh is correct, and leg or crus is reserved for the portion of the lower limb between the knee and the ankle. You will be able to describe the body's regions using the terms from the anatomical position. Directional terms. Directional terms are essential for describing the relative locations of different body structures. For instance, an anatomist might describe one band of tissue as inferior to another, or a physician might describe a tumor as superficial to a deeper body structure. Commit these terms to memory to avoid confusion when you are studying or describing the locations of particular body parts. Anterior or ventral describes the front or direction towards the front of the body. The toes are anterior to the foot. Posterior or dorsal describes the back or direction towards the back of the body. The popliteus is posterior to the patella. Superior or cranial describes a position above or higher than another part of the body. The orbits are superior to the oris. Inferior or caudal describes a position below or lower than another part of the body proper, near or toward the tail in humans, the coccyx, or lowest part of the spinal column. The pelvis is inferior to the abdomen. Lateral describes the side or direction toward the side of the body. The thumb, pollex, is lateral to the digits. Medial describes the middle or direction toward the middle of the body. The hallux is the medial toe. Proximal describes a position in a limb that is nearer to the point of attachment or the trunk of the body. The brachium is proximal to the antebrachium. Distal describes a position in a limb that is farther from the point of attachment or the trunk of the body. The crus is distal to the femur. Superficial describes a position closer to the surface of the body. The skin is superficial to the bones. Deep describes a position farther from the surface of the body. The brain is deep to the skull.